What is going on, guys? Happy Tuesday. Behind the Lines, episode 85. Is
Getting
that
up there.
85 piece?
Just might.
Jesus. Survived week 3 of the NFL season. Took a fat out last night with the Giants. That was a dumb bet. That was stupid. Daniel Jones in prime time, although it wasn't really his fault. I thought he looked fine. That game sucked. Those teams suck. The NFC East sucks. The Eagles are going to absolutely just cakewalk all the way through, look dominant the whole year. People are going to bet on them to win the Super Bowl, and then they're going to fold like a Dollar Tree lawn chair when they play a good team come the playoffs. It's already happened.
Yeah.
It's already happened. Cooper Rush, he's never lost. He's never lost a game. He's never not covered a spread. Got to respect it. Got to respect it. He's fine. CeeDee Lamb, crazy drop, whatever. He made it up. He played fine. 2 bad drops, but a lot of good plays. The dude's a freak.
Yeah.
Everyone's freaking out halfway through the game. Let him cook. All right? Let him cook. That team sucks, remember. Mike McCarthy's the coach. So you got to lower the expectations at all times, no matter how good that team is, right? Their coach is still a bozo. Still a bozo. Well, we got plenty of baseball today. And we'll go through that because I know you guys are going to be looking to bet on some baseball today. A couple weeks from now, about a month from now, we'll have football tonight. The MAC. I think it starts in November. For now, still kind of beat. It is what it is. We roll with baseball. Meaningless games that just steal coin left and right. It's all they do. It's all they do. Just like the Red Sox last night, man. I mean, the crazy part about that game, the crazy part about the Red Sox-Orioles game last night is that the gambling gods are literally up there in the clouds wearing Orioles caps, rooting for the O's, drinking Natty Bows. I didn't know the gambling gods were from Baltimore. I did not. That was the last thing I expected. I thought they'd be from like LA or Miami or Vegas or something. From Baltimore? They're Baltimore fans? You kidding me? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But we've got another game tonight where they play, and wouldn't say it's as weird of a line, but it's the same shit. I'm starting to think that, come this time of the year when people, 5 out of 10 people at this point are pretty much done betting baseball. The other 5 are just either slowly losing coin or they know what they're doing, and they've just learned to not bet, on teams like this. Don't bet games that involve the Red Sox or Orioles. Shit just doesn't pay unless you just take the over last night, which was literally free. It was a home run derby. Home run derby. Home run derby. Free. But yeah, I'm done betting on the Red Sox. I mean, I tweeted it last night. Squares don't deserve to win this much. They don't. They don't deserve to grub this much in baseball. They really don't. And I understand they've been getting crushed in football, so I get it. It's like it all evens out in the end. But, God, man, a freaking baby would have picked the Orioles to win that game last night. A child would have picked that. That's such a simple-minded, easy pick. And if I just bet like that all year in baseball, I'd literally be Bezos. I don't know why I spend so much time trying to figure out what lines are weird, what's not, looking into, the last week's games with these guys. Like, you can't tell me that yesterday with Jordan Lyles, after throwing a complete game in his last start as an underdog to a rookie who's made 4 starts where he has an 11 ERA on a terrible Red Sox team, the day after they get eliminated from playoff contention against an Orioles team that's fighting for their life in the wild card that has something to play for, a better team, better record, better lineup, better everything. You can't tell me that it's just that easy. And maybe it just is.
Just is.
Maybe
sometimes.
it just is. Maybe it just is that easy. Maybe it is. But it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The biggest public dog I've seen in my life, my guy's saying in chat. Yeah. I mean, they had over 80% of the bets and handle on every single site I looked. Grubbed. Absolutely grubbed. Public Mondays, man. Holy shit. Public Mondays.
Yeah.
How'd you do last night?
Yeah, did all right. I mean, I hit that over, which was cool. I only had my one singular bet in the Monday Night Football game. I didn't touch a total, didn't touch a side. Just rode my man Sterling Shepard. Shout out to him.
Sure.
Did that way sweatier than he needed to be. He dropped like 5 passes.
I'm happy.
But he got there, and now
His
he's
ACL also exploded, so.
Yeah, now he's dead, unfortunately.
But he did his job, and he, showed up every day or showed up every play. He might have had some drops, but he got it done, and then his knee exploded. I mean, that was one of the worst ACL tears I've ever watched.
Yeah, another
non-contact
victim of the MetLife turf.
Dude, I mean, between that place and FedEx Field, the grass, it's brutal. As an owner, you'd think that you get that shit figured out. You feel like that'd be like at the top of your list.
Yeah,
if we're talking about
years too there too. Like it's.
What'd you say?
That's been a noted thing there too for years. I don't know how they haven't figured something out.
Dude, I'm hip.
Placed it. Both places, really.
You'd think they'd have it figured. You think that'd be at the top of their list of shit to figure out.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But yeah, I'm gonna try to take the approach we took with Cal Quantrell that didn't work, where we bet on him to try to mush him, and he still won. I'm gonna take the same route with the Orioles today.
Oh.
I'm gonna put on my Orioles cap. I'm gonna put it on. I'm a huge Orioles fan today. Let's go O's. Let's just bet on this team every game as an underdog, and we're just gonna be rich. Let's not overthink this one, guys. It's Bradish. You're getting plus money with Bradish against Waka, plus 110 here. Bradish is Himothy. He hasn't given up a run and hit in years. He's thrown back-to-back no-hitters and perfect games, and the Orioles are never going to lose again. And the Red Sox have nothing to play for. There's no way they win. They're going to come out and lose on purpose, right? They don't have anything to play for. They're going to lose on purpose.
To be honest, though,
people like, realize this is how they sound.
Line-wise, I feel like this would be a part where you'd be on the Orioles. Looking at yesterday.
Whoa.
I mean,
this is going to be like Walter White vibes right now. What the? This is kind of fresh, honestly. What the?
Yeah.
I look kind of sophisticated in this. I look kind of smart.
You do.
I kind of like this thing. You like it with the thing up, with the flaps up?
Yeah, you got to keep it up.
What do you guys think? Pretty fresh. Yeah, no, all jokes aside, the line today is not nearly as weird.
It is. I just think it's weird just in the other way. It's like, I mean,
yeah, no, I would lean Baltimore in this spot because you got Bradish with the bad ERA and no name, right? But if you look at how this dude's pitched in the second half of the season, honestly, you look at how this dude's pitched the last 2/3 of the season, and he's been great. And then Waka has those great numbers on the surface, but I think he's seen better days. So I think it's a great opportunity to take the O's at plus money today. Let's go O's.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, even looking at yesterday's line, like they had Connor Siebold as a longer favorite than Michael Waka is.
Dude, I bet that I'd take the Red Sox last night every single time. No questions asked. It's just a must bet. But the worst part is those bets have lost more than they've won this year in MLB, which is something that I've never experienced before. And I need to adjust. And just maybe don't bet lines in baseball. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. I'm now I'm giving up, throwing in the white towel, and I'm now an Orioles fan. Let's go O's. I can't do it anymore.
I'll do that with the Guardians this week.
I'm going to hit up a loan shark to borrow hundreds of thousands of dollars to fade Cal Quantrell and the Guardians in his first start. And I hope he's at home.
Yeah, I do. I would assume that they have to be at home. Yeah, they'll be at home.
Is he has one more start before? Does he pitch today?
Pitches Thursday.
Against. Don't say it ain't so. Is he pitching against?
I think it's Springs.
I thought it was Glass now potentially.
Glass now's tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's today? Klubs and Beebs.
Kluber, yeah, Kluber, Bieber.
Beebs and Klubs.
Which everything would probably tell me spot for the Rays, but I can't do it. Can't fade the Guardians.
Beeves in the club. Yeah, I would like to take the Rays today, but is the Rays offense, are they functional or they have erectile dysfunction at the plate stuff? They still have ED?
I mean, they're not great. They did look a little better, I'd say, towards like the middle of that Toronto series, but then they look bad kind of the last couple games. I don't know. We'll see. I'll definitely want to back Mr. Randy on Prize Picks because I don't care. He's the only one who's like pretty consistently been well, and I don't care who's on the mound. 5.5's a little disrespectful of a number for Randy, so I'll be taking that.
Okay. All right. I don't like backing Randy when he's not playing teams in his division, but I trust you. So I'll ride. I'll throw it in a Prize Picks. But he's different against the Orioles and the Yanks. He's a different person.
Yes.
He's a different person. Yeah, speaking of the Red Sox, we got my guy Josh in here. If you don't mind, Josh, can you throw up that graphic from the Red Sox game last night? Because I want to let the people know. The Red Sox, they hate kids.
They're starving.
They fucking hate kids. These kids are absolutely starving. They haven't eaten in weeks. Feed them. Kids eat free when the Red Sox win. Might be a while, guys. Might be a while. Kids aren't eating free shit. They're not eating anything. Kids are eating fucking air. That's all they're eating. Air and water from the water fountain down the street. That's all they get. Who hates kids more, Red Sox or Mike Trout? That's a good comment. I don't know if you guys didn't see the video, but Mike Trout not signing for some kids. Although I will say, those were not just two kids trying to get an autograph from Mike Trout. That was a grown ass man taking his kids. That was a grown ass man finding where Mike Trout was staying, taking his kids and using them as cute bait to get Mike Trout to sign an autograph so that dude could sell that shit. So people who do that stuff, like the autograph poachers and people like that one dude, I forget his name, who always tries to catch the home run balls and will like push kids out of the way and like jump in front of them, grab a ball. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Zach Campbell.
Yeah, those people are the fucking worst. The absolute worst. Leave them alone.
Yeah.
Leave them alone. Shit's weird. I don't know what's good with that. Yeah. I don't know. Am I Walmarting right now?
I mean, you look a little pixely.
Oh no.
I think we'll be good though. We'll be all right.
Yeah, the kid literally looked back to his dad and was like, "Is this him?" Because he had no fucking idea, and the dad was just using the kids.
Yeah.
These people are scum, man. Those people are scum. I hope my laptop figures it out. I've had a brutal week. Number one, didn't hit a bet last night. Number two, internet went out. I've had the worst internet problems ever at this new place, and it went out again. Had to deal with that all day yesterday morning. The worst. Dealing with those people. Number three, had a bunch of shit delivered from Amazon today. Said it got delivered. Shit never came. Shit's gone. Somebody got a nice little package today. So hope they enjoyed my shit because it's literally gone. I called Amazon. They're like, yeah, it was delivered. I was like, no, it wasn't. I don't know what you want me to tell you. So that shit's gone. It's been a tough day. And the Red Sox aren't feeding kids. They're letting them out here to starve. So 4 terrible things that have happened. My guy Hill Daddy in chat asking about the Brew Crew. I mean, we like the Brewers. Jovan, I know you really like the Brewers today. Don't love the way that line's moving, but
yeah. I mean, this is I don't know if I'm going to stay off of it, but I definitely would rather do like I don't even know if he has one off. Let me see. I would want to just back Hauser and say eliminate the bullshit. Yeah, he has a 2 earned runs prop, which for as long as he's going to go, I'd probably say that's the best way for me to attack this game. But the line is short. I just don't like the way it moved, like you said.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I feel like whenever I bet on something where the line's moving the other way, my bet loses. Like with last night with the Red Sox, where I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not gonna care the way the line's moving for once. Who gives a shit? The way this line opened up with the terrible rookie Seabolt opening up at -135. Who gives a fuck where that line's moving? That's the sketchiest thing ever. Seabolt at -135. It's moving because 85% of the money and tickets are on the Orioles. They have to move it. They're overexposed. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Don't pay attention to that. Who cares? And then the Orioles score 15 runs. Actually, I think 16. And then today, like if I were to stay off of this because the line's moving towards the Cardinals, God forbid I'd stay off this one. Brewers win by 100. Jovan, can you sneak bet this for me?
Maybe.
And then I'll just not bet it. Is that cool?
I do. I try to pick my spots with the Brewers. I'd be very selective with the Brewers. It usually works. This is one where like I wanna wait right until first pitch and see what I'm looking at.
Okay. You like G-Man Choi today? We got some good questions in chat today. G-Man Choi hitting
G-Man
385
Choi?
against Beebs. How many
I'll
bats does
pass.
he have?
I'll absolutely pass.
G-Man Choi sucks, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's hitting like 100 in the last like month or two. He's terrible. I don't even know if he's going to play for one. He might just for platoon reasons, but he's terrible.
Yeah, G-Man Choi is just not that guy right now, pal. He's just not. I do want to talk about football from this weekend a little bit now that the week's officially over. Just some stuff like what did you learn from this weekend? What teams you think are maybe for real? What teams you think are maybe fraudulent? Just any comments from – we can start with college football. Any comments about some teams you may think are a little fraudulent or, teams that impressed you, players that impressed you from this weekend, besides, your squad TCU?
Yeah.
And Penix Jr., who we all know is him. We already talked about him enough.
Yeah, well established, Mr.
Yeah.
Penix. But,
yeah,
I mean, there's a couple of big schools that just laid pretty flat on their face this week. I mean, Miami getting embarrassed at home, giving up 45 to Middle Tennessee State.
Mm-hmm.
That's an absolute joke, and they're one of the teams like that I think a lot of people have known is pretty fraudulent for a while. I don't know why they get the respect that they do year in and year out, and even this year being ranked and look pretty highly upon. I just don't see it, and now nobody else really does as well. So they look terrible. Oklahoma looked pretty bad. They had their flashes like they do with the talent they have pretty much every year. But there's a difference here because Dylan Gabriel is not a Kyler Murray. He's not a Baker Mayfield. He's not a Heisman quarterback, and they look very beatable when they don't have a quarterback that can do unreal things with his arm. Not to say he's not a competent quarterback, but it's a whole different thing. So they look bad, and honestly, USC even in their win looked pretty mediocre because they're supposed to have the unstoppable offense that would carry them through to win and dominate every single game. And the minute they played any team with a pulse, it looked a little rough for them. And I like the Beavs. I think they're a lot better than people give them credit for, but I'm still not in on this USC team yet. They need to show me a little more.
Okay. I mean, that under was the freest bet of all time. I didn't have the nuts to take it with those two electric offenses with how high the number was. It's not even a Krabs bet. I shouldn't even be bragging about how free that was. I would not have taken it. I would have honestly probably leaned over. I'm just pointing out a fact. The under was free in that game. And we should have known that it was going to be a little bit more of a playoff atmosphere type game, a little tighter with those two guys going at it. And I know Jake, number one Beaver fan, that's definitely the only Beav Jake got that weekend, but that's okay. At least he got some, I want to talk about two teams who have been kind of slept on. Nobody's really talking about them, I feel like, but they're now both in the top 15 in the rankings. One team we're used to seeing up here, one we're not, and I've been very impressed with how their coach has leveled up this team. And I'm talking about Kentucky and Ole Miss. And I think this is going to be a very good game. And I don't think it's going to be like a shootout, lights out, offensive showcase, kind of like we've seen with these guys where they're putting up hella points. I mean, Ole Miss has put up 59, 42, and 35, but they've really played three pretty bum-ass teams. Let's not kid ourselves. 42-0 against Georgia Tech, I would consider that impressive. I mean, Georgia Tech held it, relatively together against Clemson. That's a real team, but they played two other teams. Tulsa sucks, and Tulsa kept it weirdly close, I will say. But that's a huge look-ahead spot where they're getting ready for Kentucky this week, so I get it. But they're putting up hella points. And then you're getting Kentucky over here who showed immense heart against a really good Northern Illinois team who is the defending MAC champions, a very well-coached team, probably the best team in the MAC. Maybe not this season, but definitely last year. They were up big early. I mean, I was on NIU. I don't know if you were either, but absolutely folded, and Kentucky came back and kind of asserted dominance and showed they're a better team. So I was impressed by that, impressed by Kentucky beating Florida early on, and then a 31-0 spanking against a shitty team, kind of like the same thing Ole Miss did with Georgia Tech. So similar spots here where these teams really haven't played much good comp, except for Kentucky playing Florida week 1. Besides that, these guys haven't played shit. I think it's a little weird. Initially I leaned Ole Miss, and I still do, seeing the 14th ranked team getting 6.5 against a better team that's ranked 7. And I understand they're home, and Ole Miss has a significant home field advantage. That place is about to be bonkers. But that's a lot of points. It reminds me of the Tennessee-Florida line. But we know how that played out, right?
Yeah.
My bet in this one, I think I like the under a little bit more. I'm seeing all the tickets coming on the over. This is going to be a very high stress, very tight game. I think this one's going under. We've seen, I just checked a couple places. We're seeing 80 to 90% of the bets and money coming in on the over, and that line's dropped from 55.5 to 54.5. These teams have 2 exciting offenses. These programs really aren't known for defense. And this total is a little bit lower just overall, seeing this in the 50s. I thought this would be in the 60s with these offenses. So I'm going to take the under in this game. Don't be fooled by these 2 flashy offenses and guys like Tavion Robinson, who are absolutely electric on Kentucky. I think this one's going to be tight, sloppy, low scoring. That's kind of what I'm getting out of that one.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind it. I think these are both two just very fraudulent teams, to be honest with you. And I can't wait for Kentucky to play Tennessee. I can't wait for them to play Georgia, because I can guarantee you whatever the line is, I'll be on the other side. And same with I don't know who Ole Miss has on their schedule. I know they probably play Bama, and I don't know who else they play, but they're 2 bad teams. I don't believe in either of these teams yet. And if Ole Miss crosses that touchdown line, I'll probably be on Ole Miss. I think that's key for me.
Okay.
But otherwise, I don't really care for this game where this line's at. I think it is a little telling where Ole Miss is sitting with, almost a touchdown against a team ranked higher than them and theoretically the better team. But I don't really have a side on it yet.
Okay. Are you buying this Minnesota hype?
I mean, to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like I couldn't be lower on multiple of the teams they've played.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of an in-between scenario. I do want to see how it comes to play out when they go into Penn State. I think that'll be a pretty big game for them. Not terribly high on that team either. I know they're good, but I don't think they're as good as people think either. So we'll see how they come out of that game. If they can come out of that game, I'll be impressed. But honestly, the rest of their schedule is pretty Charmin Ultra. So that's really – them and Wisconsin are really the only huge games they have to get past. Then if you want to throw Iowa in there, just because they're going to keep games close with their defense. But
yeah,
other than that, I mean, they've played probably two of the worst 5 teams in Division I football in Colorado and New Mexico State.
Mm-hmm.
And they played an FCS team. They played Michigan State, who is god awful. So I mean, it's definitely a little asterisk Mickey Mouse record to this point, but we'll see how it plays out.
Oh, Mickey Mouse record.
Yeah.
Okay. God, it's a really tough spot for your TCU Horned Frogs this weekend. That's a really tough spot for them.
I agree.
Doesn't mean they can't cover or win.
Yeah, I would have really liked for Oklahoma to not lose last week. I would have felt
that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys are coming off a statement win, winning on the road at SMU, the weird coaching talk where you guys took their coach. That was a big game, rivalry, right? 2 close schools. Huge win for you guys. Yeah. Huge win. And then Oklahoma's coming off of a terrible loss, right? So it's an absolutely atrocious spot. And Oklahoma's going to be on the road, so they're going to be coming in, a little ner. That crowd's about to be rocking, I'm sure, right? That place is about to be packed.
Oh yeah, and I
That's
mean
a terrible spot for TCU, bro.
the thing that sucks is that during SMU's little comeback in the second half, I think we kind of gave our blueprint away on how to attack our cornerbacks, which sucks because like if anybody wants to take a chalk prop, that's 100% going to hit in this game. It's Marvin Mims, whatever, because he is going to absolutely torch our number one corner because they've gotten the blueprint for that. All you got to do is be physical with the guy, and he falls over 15 PI calls, whatever. So that's going to be a problem. An absolute problem.
Marvin Hims.
Yeah, he's going to be Marvin Hims come Saturday.
Oregon dark horse, Pac-12 winner. I know you'd be happy to talk about that a little bit. You like the squad, don't you?
I love him. I mean, Bo Nix, like as bad as he looked in the Georgia game, people don't realize, or didn't at the time at least, that's Georgia. Like you go in with any of these Pac-12 teams, they're getting stomped by Georgia.
I think the best thing that could have happened to Bo Nix,
exactly,
moving schools, was playing Georgia week 1, a great defense, getting the shit kicking out of the way.
Yeah, that's what I remember. I remember we were talking about it. I said that I would prefer them to go in there and get murdered because then the perception of Oregon would be pretty low for the next couple of weeks, and that's where it is. Now, like Jake's saying, he's shutting him up. He's good in that offense. That team is very, very good. They're up there. I don't see how you can't call them on par with any top team in that conference. Whether you still think USC is that good or think Washington is creeping up there too. Whatever. I wouldn't.
So they're going to play. Do they play USC this season?
It's a great question.
I can look. I'm looking right now. I'll beat you. I mean, if they don't, they're going to play them in the fucking.
Yeah, they'll play them in the championship. Hopefully,
they don't play them. They don't play
them. Mr. Penix has something to say about that.
They do play Washington. Oregon plays Washington later in the season, so
that'll be a great game.
At Oregon, that's going to be the game that Penix folds.
Yeah, I mean, line-wise, it's suggesting that it might come a little sooner. Maybe this week, unfortunately. We talked about that yesterday.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't last week. I mean, I'm going to be on UCLA, obviously. I honestly might grab it now because we're not going to have, for some reason, couldn't tell you why. Again, it doesn't make sense. Maybe I shouldn't care about the lines moving, but I definitely fucking do. All the money's coming in on Washington. Shocker, right? Better team. Line's about to move from 3.5 to 3. Weird. They must be taking in some bets from some respectable guys on UCLA. And I like Dorian Thompson-Robinson. I like this UCLA offense. Don't like the defense. Swiss cheese. Washington's about to have a field day. This is a game that could go over. I mean, it's at 66 for a reason, right?
Yeah.
God, my guy in chat, where did he go? Bo knows. I think this was the guy. Somebody DM'd me a picture of a parlay with Diggs under interception, parlay with Judge under home run. And he's like, he took a crabby angle at this one. And then, of course, Diggs gets a fucking meaningless pick at the end of the game. So,
yeah.
Brutal. Sorry, brother. Shit doesn't always pay. What else did I want to talk about? I wanted to talk about the ACC. Put a little bit of respect on the ACC's name. We have 5 teams now in the top 25. How about it? Everyone's acting like we're the neck in college basketball or some shit. There's still some decent teams in this conference. No matter what's going on around us. Me as an ACC guy, unfortunately, hate to say it. No matter what's going on with the other conferences who are leveling up around us, we're keeping our head down, and we've got some decent teams in the top 25. I mean, Pitt is about as sketch as they can get, but they're ranked, and they probably deserve it after last year, and they're 3-1 this year. So they're up there. Florida State, I think they're pretty fraudulent, but they're 4-0. They're ranked. Wake Forest, Sam Hartman's, he's very good. Don't know about the rest of the team, but he's pretty fucking good. Hate to say it. And then, NC State and Clemson are actually pretty good. Although Clemson's got some shit to work on, obviously. So are the teams in the top 25 a little fraudulent and maybe not as good as some of these SEC teams, obviously, but put some respect on their name. 5 teams in the top 25. How about it? Yeah, T-Mosh, I'm down to talk about some BYU. Utah State really sucks. BYU, decent. I don't know if I want to lay the points here. I'm assuming BYU's receivers are back now. I'm pretty sure they were back last week.
Believe so.
BYU, BYU's kind of dominated this series in previous years, but Utah State is really bad. This is kind of a stay away game for me. That total is pretty fucking high, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty high, and Utah State's hit the under in 3 straight games to start the year. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know much about this Utah State team besides that they kind of stink. So, do you have any opinions on this BYU squad? Do you think they're for real? Do you think they deserve to be ranked 19 right now? What do you think?
I mean, I definitely don't think they deserve to be ranked 19th. It's not to say that they've done anything to disprove that. I just don't think they're that good. I don't know. I mean, they kind of beat Baylor at their own game, which is the one thing that probably plays in their hand a little bit to kind of dominate this game, because Utah State's problem is they just get bullied off the line pretty consistently. So BYU should be able to out physical them. 24
But
points?
BYU's not like a ginormous team. Like their O line isn't huge.
They do their job though. They definitely play bigger than their size, which is why they won that game, and why, I mean, the game was close, but in the trenches, like, they dominated. Same thing with the Wyoming game. The game was a little closer, but there was really no competition on both lines. It was just skill position play was the difference. So, I mean, against a team that's just not very good in general, they could pretty easily roll in this game. I don't like touching minus 24 though.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to take a side in this one, I'd probably go with the fucking Aggies. I'm pretty sure they're the Aggies, Utah State, the fake Aggies. All the money and bets are coming in on BYU, and that line hasn't moved. It hasn't moved a speck, not even an inch, not at all, which is interesting. Everyone knows Utah State blows this year. People are going to be on BYU. I'm not going to be on BYU. No chance. But I like BYU's coach. I like that Sataki guy. I think he's a decent coach, and that's a well-run team, and I've been impressed with what they can do. I will say. Saw a crazy video about BYU's college basketball team, and I'm sure it's the same thing with their football. I'm sure it's the same thing with all their sports. I don't know if people know, but a lot of the athletes who do go there are Mormons. Like, it's a Mormon school. I mean, everyone knows that. You don't have to be a Mormon to go there. But a lot of the kids who go there are Mormon. A lot of the athletes who go there are actually Mormon. So they commit there, and they have to go on a mission trip for 2 years before they get to college. And that's why those kids are all old as shit.
Yep.
So in their basketball team, they've been pretty decent in the past, right? Jimmer Fredette. They've had some big names. They've had some good ranked teams. They've been pretty decent of late too. Saw a video. They got some good recruits coming in this year. I think they even got a 4-star or something like that.
Yeah, he's coming back from his mission trip.
Okay. Well, so they've got a lot of things going on. So they have people who just committed, who are about to graduate, or they're like juniors in high school, people who are committed to the school who are going to be, good. One of them was a 4-star. And they're going to graduate high school in a year and a half, and they're not going to be at BYU in a year and a half. They are going to go on a mission trip for 2 years and then come back when they're 20 years old, 21 years old, and they're going to be a freshman, and they're going to start their job there. But like you said, BYU does have some kids who committed fucking 2 or 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, who are coming back from their mission trips, who are now going to be 20-year-old freshmen who are supposed to be pretty damn good.
Yeah.
The whole thing is wild to me.
Super weird.
Kids are committed, man. They are committed to their service, whatever. I'm not even shitting on them. Gotta respect it.
Yeah.
Not my thing. To each his own. But with the amount of money and fame and the amount of positives that could come out of you going to play at a school like BYU, a really good basketball team and program, the fact that they're still going on these mission trips for 2 years and doing good stuff for the world and stuff like that instead of going to college right away and trying to go to the NBA, hats off to you. I don't know if I could do that.
More power to them.
Respect. Honestly, respect. And somebody in chat saying he thinks they're bozos. They think they're better than everyone. I really have not interacted with many Mormon people. I live on the East Coast, so
yeah,
I have no comment on that. I'm just respecting them going through the process still with the amount of money involved in college sports. It's very impressive. It's very impressive, whether they're jerks or not, you know?
Yeah.
What else? So why is Nebraska hammered by 6? We're getting a lot of questions. Nebraska -6 against Indiana. Yeah, that's definitely a little sketch, I would say. Although Indiana, I don't think is very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's a Nebraska team that's just absolutely atrocious. That's laying 6 points at home. I will be on Nebraska. Yes. I like that play a lot. Night game, weird. I see our guy Dujen's already on it.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Of course he is. What number did he get? Let's see. He got -6. Okay, you can get 5.5 now. Fuck. Okay. I mean, I'll be on Nebraska. That's a weird ass line. Hundo P.
That's weird.
Nizzo gets destroyed this weekend. I mean, yeah, probably. Although that line, I was expecting that to be plus 35, not plus 28. But whatever. They're still probably going to get crushed. I don't even know if I want to fade Georgia. And Auto Gelato, no, I do not think Zach Wilson is Mormon. Yes, he does like Mormons. But a lot of their players are. It's wild. It's wild. All right. I wanted to talk about some of these early NFL lines for the weekend. They're moving and grooving. Before I pull it up, or I could probably put it up on the screen real quick. Let's see. There's no way you guys can fucking read that. Let me know if you guys can read this. Let me know if you guys can read this shit, or if you can see it.
Doubt it.
I doubt it, but let me know. I wanted to talk about NFL. I was kind of brainstorming, some ways to make money, on NFL. And yeah, what is that? A graphic France? Great. God damn it. Was trying to think of, smart ways to beat the books last night. Plain and simple. Just brainstorming, trying to think outside the box, not getting complacent. You know what I mean? We've been killing NFL, but we can be bigger, faster, stronger, and better. And one of the things I was thinking of, I was like, what is an edge that we have in NFL that we might not have in all sports that we should use to our advantage, betting. And one of the things I was thinking of was, we get these divisional games where these teams play each other twice a year. We really need to pay attention the first time around these divisional teams are playing each other so that we can utilize what we saw in that first game to our advantage betting in that second matchup. Stuff like the NFC East. I'll use this as an example because this is the division I follow the most. The NFC East, whenever these teams play each other, the games fucking suck. They're sloppy. Underdogs win. Games are tight. Turnovers. Unders are hitting. Gross, shitty games, right? You got to know that when you're betting these games. Although the over did hit, if you did bet it at the last second, the over barely did hit last night, but a lot of people got different numbers. So a lot of pushes, a lot of unders hit for people too. You got to utilize that first matchup to your advantage. So, for example, like seeing the Commanders and the Eagles that first game, seeing the Eagles absolutely blow them out, right? Destroy the Commanders. Let's say the next time around they play in Philly, and for some reason the Eagles are only -1 or some shit like that. Like we got to know. After what we saw in that first matchup where we saw the Eagles dominate in every facet of the game, and then seeing that line in game 2, we got to be like, this is fucking weird. The lines are talking to us. We got to listen. We got to bet the Commanders. And that's just an example. That's not what's going to happen. That is not where the line's going to be. If it is, holy shit, I'm taking out a loan and bet on the Commanders. But that's just an example. We got to be smart. We got to look at these divisional important games when they play the first time around and use what we see in game 1 to our advantage betting game 2. All right. Fuck, man. Nobody can read this shit. Who's got magnifying glasses out? I can just put it up. Let's see. All right. So here's where the lines opened up last week. The look-ahead lines, right, where they drop a week ago from today, and then where they open up on Sunday, and then where they're at today. All right, not rocket science. Figure it out. The Bengals. Look at this, dude. They're moving and grooving still. This is
Quick.
nuts.
Yeah.
Quick. I hope it's not too late. I don't really know what I want to do. Do we wait for buyback? Do we see if it comes back down? Do we get it in now? I don't know, man. I hope it's not too late. I'm seeing some smart people I follow getting this in at 2.5, right when the fucking lines dropped and stuff like that. It might be too late for us, and it's already past a key number. I'm still going to be on the Bengals, but now I might have to fucking bet. Money line is what I'm pissed about, and I really don't want to because they're minus 190, bro.
Yeah, it's tough.
Are you kind of surprised to see that line moving that much? Against a team that everyone thinks is the best fucking team in football?
Not shocked, but I'm just waiting because I think it might be something Tua related. Like I want to wait for that whole situation to play out, which is why I'm not really concerned about the line move or trying to get it in quick or whatever. Because short week too, so there's something to consider there, especially with the whole NFLPA appeal if that comes to something or whatever. So we'll see.
They did say though that Tua is not in the concussion protocol. He's not. Like, he's good to go. He's ready to roll. He's not going to be on any injury reports. He's not going to be anywhere. But if the NFLPA pulls some weird shit, although they're not, I mean, Roger Goodell would never let that happen. Come on. Roger Goodell doesn't give a fuck about injuries. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a hoot.
Yeah.
How about this Saints Vikings game? I'm going to probably have to play the Saints. Hate to do it. Sucks. I might have to take the Saints plus 2.5.
Yeah, I can't get myself to do that.
You just hate that team.
I mean, it's not even that I hate the team. It's just that I can't trust this offense right now with the injury situation too. I mean, Michael Thomas just got hurt. Shocker. Jameis looks not like Jameis. And that's crazy to say because it's hard to imagine him being worse. But he can't move in the pocket. He's not mobile. Alvin Kamara, once again, doesn't look like he's going to be there. Another shocker. It's like it's Chris Olave, really, and nobody else that you can really count on in that offense. So it's like, I don't know. And this is a Vikings team that I guess even with the Lions comeback, I don't think too many people are high on either yet. So they haven't looked particularly good or even convincing in that win. And this is a London game. So who the hell knows what's going to happen? I don't want anything to do with this game.
Yeah. I'm with you. It's definitely it's sketch because, the Saints of old, we know them as being just a great football program and just a winning franchise and winning team, and everything has changed and this team is just dead. So maybe there's just some weight for how good this team's been in the past hanging around a little bit. It's definitely weird to see the Vikings only 2.5 here, although the line opened up at a pick 'em, which is even weirder. The look ahead line though, which isn't even real. People are asking about the Panthers Cardinals line. Yeah, I wouldn't pay too much attention to this. These are just the look ahead lines that were put out, the prior weeks before that really nobody even bets on, because we obviously want to see what happens on that Sunday before, we bet on the game the following week. Generally, some people are freaks and like to bet, 2 weeks ahead, but I really don't know many people that do that. I think really this is the only thing you got to look at is Panthers -1 to -2 though, which is interesting as well. I think the Cardinals are dog shit. They're dog water. I'm on their win total under. I've been saying it all year. The team is toxic. They're more worried about themselves and the drama They're more like the fucking Kardashians TV show than they are an NFL team, straight up.
It's a fact.
And the crazy thing is, they have Hard Knocks coming mid-season, which is wild. That's like the last thing that team needs, in my
Yeah, they're
opinion.
gonna watch Cliff Kingsbury get fired mid-show.
That is literally, dude. They're gonna pull a fucking Herm Edwards, fire the dude on the field.
Yeah.
Talk about disrespect. Holy shit. We're seeing this Chiefs line move down a little bit. Is that making you feel some type of way?
I mean a little bit. I don't know. I can't trust this offense right now either. And I think it's definitely obviously going to be a big deal. Now Mike Evans is going to be back, so we have a go-to target, especially come the red zone. But I don't want anything to do with the Bucs this week. Not a shred of it.
Okay.
Especially on prime time at home, where they always play very questionable.
Okay, that's fair. The 49ers are now sitting at -2.5. Holy fuck. We need to be better on getting our bets in earlier, I think, man. And I know we like to wait, see what happens with weather and injuries and watch the lines move. We got burned on 49ers and Bengals by waiting, and we both talked about it earlier, and we said we liked them. And I get it. It's better to be safe than sorry, whatever, and we get to watch the lines move, and that kind of directs what we want to bet on. But this game sketches me out, man. This could be a 1-point game, 2-point game. And I hate laying -2.5. I do. I honestly kind of hope this goes to 3, straight up, so I can take it. I'll probably be on the 49ers in some capacity, though.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't have a problem waiting to see what the line works out, but especially for like a primetime game, like that's the Monday night game. So I'd rather wait and see how the line moves, what everybody's on, where the handle's at, everything, especially for those games.
Okay.
So I'm cool with that.
Okay. And then obviously this line is moving this much because the Mac Jones news, he's about to be out for a little bit. That's why we're seeing that crazy movement there. For some reason, the Cowboys line's moving down after a win. Can't tell you why. Maybe it's because they still look like shit even though they won. I don't know. This line's gonna close at 2.5, and it's gonna be really fucking sketchy and weird. Straight up.
Yeah.
I'll be in the house, which means no way we fucking win, but I'll be betting us. Hundo P.
Yeah.
Any of these other lines looking weird?
Nothing crazy.
What about the Chargers?
I think it makes sense because, I mean, I can't trust that team with Herbert looking like he has too.
Mm-hmm.
That offense just looks out of sync because he had no business playing last week. The same line movement we saw last week, and people say, "Oh, the Jags are a much better team," but you didn't think that before last week's game. So it's a big difference. I don't know. That's another game where I want nothing to do with it. Texans do make a good bit of sense with how they're playing and with the line move whenever, but we'll wait to see how that plays out. I do think I don't want to be the Jags slurper either because everybody, I think, is massively overrating them while they have looked good. But I do think that 7 to 6.5 move, it's pretty important in that Eagles-Jags game. That's a decent sign of respect.
Okay. That's definitely a sign of respect. I mean, I think the line movement makes sense too. I'm right there with you. How bad the Chargers looked. The Texans are covering machines. I'm probably going to end up maybe even betting the Chargers if this line gets down to 4. I don't even care if it's moving that direction. I think it's squares and public money piling in on the Texans, but it is still the Texans, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, last time they did play too, they shithoused the Chargers. Remember that one?
Makes me like the Chargers even more. Literally. All right. Yeah, just interesting to look at where these lines are moving. I think it's good to give this a peek early on in the week, you know?
Yep.
It's definitely interesting to see and follow the lines. Let's talk some baseball. We've got some games. Trent, happy to see you're awake, man. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. We've got plenty of baseball games today. Plenty of shitty ones that don't matter that I'm going to try to bet on. Why not? Why not us?
Not?
So the Guardians have nothing to play for. The Rays do still, don't they? Are they still playing for seeding here? Is it true that they might be trying to lose on purpose? Can you kind of give a breakdown of like where the Rays are in the whole wild card situation?
Well, so the Rays are theoretically, I don't know how they view it, but they could be tanking or losing on purpose to play the Guardians, like theoretically.
Okay.
But I don't know. They're still in a position where they need to win because the way the playoff structure is for the wild card, it's going to be 3-6 and then 4-5. And it's a three-game series like a normal series, but all of the higher seeds host all 3 of the games.
Okay.
So they're sitting at the 5 seed right now, and they're 2.5 games out of the Jays to get that home series against them. So they should definitely be trying to win here, especially with the Jays playing the Yanks, which are some very losable games.
Yeah.
Very.
I like the Jays today, and I like Aaron Judge under home run again. I'm betting it every game the rest of the year, and he's not going to hit another home run the rest of the year. Watch.
Yeah.
Watch.
That'd be hilarious.
I'm taking it again today.
How many units are you up with that?
I'm up like yesterday. The odds were pretty decent, honestly. It was like only minus 220.
Wow.
So I'm probably up like 6 units betting his unders. Just keep rolling it over, and every time it happens, it just gets bigger. So
this is the one Krabs bullshit bet that I can actually get behind.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, Trent. I'm a little scared today because Berrios is pitching.
I would be scared today. I'm taking the over.
Berrios is pitching. You're taking the over in this game?
Yeah, I don't care how square it is or whatever because it's Berrios, Tyon. I'm taking the over. We're gonna see runs in this game.
Wow,
he's getting shelled.
I like that pick.
Yeah.
What's the total?
8.
Yeah, you might be able to still get 7.5.
With those to the over, it's 8.
Well, I mean, Berrios is much better at home. I mean, that's what's on her side, but
I like the under in every Yankees game for the rest of the season. Too much pressure on that offense. That offense is overrated. Judge is their only good hitter, really, and he's absolutely folding right now and cannot handle this. I mean, straight up. He's also not really getting that many pitches to hit, which definitely helps. But this game's on TBS. TBS might be even higher than Apple TV on games that soar. TBS has been an over legend in MLB all year.
Really?
This one sketches me a little bit. Yeah. Berrios sucks. People were talking to me. They're like, Wednesday's the game where Judge is going to do it. Like, it's looking like, oh, is Manoah pitching on Wednesday now? Oh, shit. Wait a second.
Jovan, I need a POD, brother.
Still fleshing it out, but that might be it. That's definitely up there. It's definitely in the conversation, yeah.
Did they move Manoah up to start against Cole tomorrow?
Did they?
It was supposed to be like a bullpen game with Kikuchi coming out.
Yeah.
And that's the game everyone was like, that's when Judge is going to do it. And I'm like, no. Like, Judge, honestly, for some reason, against lefties, does not hit home runs. I think he only has 9 home runs this year against lefties. He's hit all of them against righties. He's got way more pop against righties. Nobody talks about it. I was like, that's honestly a sneaky under there again. Everyone's going to be taking him to hit a home run when they know Kikuchi's coming out of the bullpen. But now it's looking like Manoah's pitching.
It's Alek Manoah. Huh.
Fuck.
Well,
yeah, I'm going to continue to bet it until it loses. So
yeah, just don't take a bullpen game because that's probably going to be a Mitch White Kikuchi game.
That's the one I really wanted to take the under on because everyone's going to take him to hit the home run that game, and it's not going to hit.
Please don't do that.
Please do not do that, bro. Mitchell White.
Well, we're not even getting that game anyways. That game's not happening.
Oh, it's not.
Well, it's just going to flip, isn't it?
Unless you guys are seeing something that I'm not. I'm seeing today it's Berrios Talion, and tomorrow where it used to say White, and then probably Kikuchi was going to be coming in from the pen like they've been doing. Now I'm seeing Cole versus Manoah tomorrow.
Interesting. I don't know.
Maybe I'm getting
I
bad
would hope-
data, but this has
I wouldn't take an
changed
under.
since yesterday.
I wouldn't take it under anything involving fucking Mitch White.
Yeah, it's not worth your health. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Dude sucks.
He's
bro.
terrible. He's terrible. I mean, he'll go out there for 2 innings, look great, and I look like I'm a genius, and then he'll forget how to throw a strike, and then he'll only throw meatballs. So yeah, Hundo
I'm gonna
Pay.
take a
What's tickling your fancy today, though, Trent? There's got to be some plays sticking out.
Dude, I mean, I don't know why Brad is just plus coin. Dude's stolen so much coin from me, bro. And I actually have units pending on him already, and I know that he's going to sell today.
You already bet the O's?
I had a 1 unit 5-legger of just gut feeling calls I made before I went to sleep last night. You want to hear it?
Please.
Just a 1 unit, no Bezos package or anything.
Sure.
It is a – well, now hearing that I totally forgot the Gabba guards don't have anything to play for definitely sketches me off, but it's already locked.
They'll still win somehow because they're the fucking guards and they're the Providence of MLB, so you're fine.
Yeah. Gabba guards, Beebs, Mets money line, Stroh's money line, Orioles money line, Twins money line.
Mets money line is definitely a little weird with how decent Pablo Lopez has looked of late, but it's still the Mets against the Marlins. So
yeah,
okay. You said you took the O's. To be honest
Orioles
with you, dude,
plus chicken.
I mean, look at the hat I'm wearing, dude. I'm flipping sides. I'm not rooting for the O's because fuck the Red Sox, and they literally. I don't know if you heard, Trent, but they actually hate kids. Look at this shit. Look at this. Kids eat free when the Red Sox win. Well, the Red Sox haven't won in a week and a half. They literally hate children.
That's so
They hate them. They want them to starve. It's fucked up. Unbelievable.
Yeah, so Gabba guards, Mets, Stros, Orioles, Twins. Teams that want it more. Teams that want it more than the teams they're playing.
Do the Stros have anything to play for?
Doubtful, but they have. I don't think it's McCullers anymore. I saw in chat it was Garcia now.
Yeah. So does your bet void with that?
I don't think I took it with the pending pitchers.
Yeah, just double check and make sure that that game doesn't get taken out. Yeah, Luis Garcia is gonna start. Okay. I mean, yeah, they probably win, but one of those teams is gonna just randomly sell because it's baseball.
Yeah, no, for sure. But sometimes things go exactly how you think they're gonna go.
They do sometimes. They do. No Angels today with Sandoval.
I liked them. Who are they playing against again?
They play the Poverty Athletics Caprillions.
Oh, dude, I don't like betting against Oakland right now. They are just literally out there.
You want to bad. I think that one is. I think it's going to be open season against Caprillion. The only problem is the Angels have been hanging around that minus 200 area, which is the trappiest of trap lines lately. So I might just go like a team total or the over in the game. Because I'll probably, I mean, if you want super goats, take both the super goats there. Maybe even the home run square.
Oh, hey, chat. You know what we say about Jovan's home run squares?
Maybe it's probably not as confident as the other ones, especially not yet. But if Stassi's in the lineup because he's in the square too, I think it's a little weird that he has a home run square and a half total base.
What the fuck?
That's a little strange.
That's so strange, bro.
If he plays, it'll be interesting.
What book are they boosting Aaron Judge to get one hit at plus 100? Let me know.
DraftKings,
UK, I think.
I mean, yes, Shank 1313, which your name scares me a little bit, so I'm gonna be nice to you. Yes, that's very, very sketchy. I would not take that boost.
Jeebus.
Him to only get one hit? Are you kidding me? Bro, Barrios on the bump. This is when it could get done. Although I don't know why that total's moving down. I want to take every under in every Yankees game until he does it. I just think there's too much pressure on this offense right now and him, and I think the rest of the team sucks.
You want to hear this, dear Krabs?
Sure.
Oh, somebody just said it. It's leading the votes for the taco too to half total base.
Oh boy.
That's music to Prize Picks ears. They're booking a trip to Cabo. They're gonna go meet Mush down there this weekend. Unbelievable. Yeah, Pablo Lopez might throw a gem today. That kind of sketches me out. He had a bad start yet, or is he still? He's still on fire. He had a bad start against the Mets in his last start. Ooh, oh no, he's had 2 terrible starts against the Mets this year. I think he might have had even more, but recently he's had 2 terrible starts against the Mets.
Well, I mean, he is a plus 190 dog.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I've watched him pitch of late, and he's looked much improved. I watched that whole Phillies start. He looked like a good pitcher.
I feel like
And
the
he's
Mets
also had
own the Marlins.
I mean, who doesn't own the Marlins?
Yeah, the Marlins fucking suck.
Yeah.
I mean, the total's at 7, Trent. If the total was at like 8 or 8.5, I'd be like, what the fuck is going on here? Carrasco's about to get lit up. Miami's actually going to score runs. The total's at 7. I don't think Miami's going to score runs. If they do, they're not going to be many of them. So could it be weird, low scoring and stressful? Yeah, but do the Mets still probably pull it out? I mean, yeah, it's the fucking Mets. They have to win this game. The Braves are 1 game behind them. 1 game behind them. Nuts.
Real quick, chat. I went to Finland with Shelly, and he might just bring home the coin. He might.
Are those games on right now?
Yeah, it's a 3-legger in Finland, and put 2 units to win 10, and we just got a huge fucking bang. Huge bang. If I can get 10 more units, I'm unleashing today.
Oh God! Do not unleash on Tuesday baseball with 10 games left.
You gotta unleash on the bum teams.
Any teams today that are playing for something significant?
The Mets and the Braves are probably playing for the most.
Yeah.
The Padres are trying to win.
Dude, the Braves with Espino on the mound scares me every time. Or, I mean, the Nats with Espino on the mound. Scares me every time.
You know what you're going to get out of Espino. He's going to go in there. I mean, the dude hasn't gotten a win all year. People forget. He's 0-7.
What?
That's actually impressive. He's going to go the whole season without a win. But you know what you're getting out of Espino. He's never going to give up 10 runs. He's going to go in there. He's going to pitch 4.5, maybe 5 innings if we're lucky. And he's going to give up, 2 to 4 runs every single time. That's what he does. And I don't know what's good with this Mueller guy or how long he's supposed to pitch, assuming he's an opener. But you guys know the Nats cannot hit lefties to save their lives. So let's see what's good with this Mueller dude.
Phillies got to win, right?
Phillies have to win.
Against the
Padres have to win.
Fuck, -165. That's a cursed line, chat. It's a cursed line.
Oh, man. Who else has to win? Brewers have to win.
Cardinals have to win.
How many games are the Cards up?
Yeah, I don't know if they have to win.
You know who's not winning? The fucking Poverty Mariners.
Well, they've just forgotten how to hit, Trent. They've forgotten how to hit the baseball.
Actually, I kind of like the Mariners today. What are your thoughts?
Oh, dude, what?
They've just been so bad, bro.
What the?
They're so bad. They're also I can't take any line or back any team that's hanging around that -200 with every single bet. Refuse to do it. Been fading those teams religiously for like the last 3 weeks.
Really?
Been paying.
St. Louis has nothing to play for. They're up 6.5 games. I think they already have mathematically. I'm pretty sure they already locked it in.
You haven't been approving the packages lately?
The square packages?
Yeah, Jovan, you don't like those?
No, it's these specific lines. Like I remember like the one time where I was all gung ho on the Brewers against Montgomery. Part of that was because they were hanging like 195 with every bet, every cent of the money, and it made no sense. Those like the past couple weeks have been printing all the underdogs. So we'll see if they like move up a little higher. It's like a 220, 230. Then okay, maybe they're in business.
All right, fellas, I'm gonna go send out some links. Get ready for the stream. But Jovan, we'll be seeing this weekend. TCU football. Big
Sure.
game. I think Dave's trying to get some tickets. We're for sure sending it.
Fire.
Krabs, Thank you for filling in for stream for me all last week and yesterday. That was massive.
Sure. I got you.
Holding it
And I'll
down
see you
for
this
you.
weekend too. I'll see you this weekend too.
Would love to. Oh wait, that's this weekend. The Cowboys Commanders game.
Sunday.
Fuck yeah.
Sunday. Commies plus 2.5. Book it. Book it.
Oh man, dude,
Gross.
these NFL lines I was listening to you guys are so sus this next week.
Dude, look at this shit real quick before you go. Hold on. Look at this shit.
Underdogs 20.
Underdogs are 21 and 26 straight up.
Chivas. Underdogs are 29-18 ATS. Teams getting greater than 40% of the bets.
Less than.
Chivas. That's a less than.
Sure.
Is that less than?
Yes, dude. What?
Yes.
Remember the mouth? The mouth means bigger. If the mouth is closer to the first part of the sentence, that means it's greater than.
Come on, bro.
They taught us this in kindergarten, bro.
13-6, sure. Unders 30-18. Unders in prime time 7-3.
Yeah.
Jeez.
This is why I'm up copious units in NFL this year.
Yeah.
We've been doing well.
I've been fading what I think is going to happen, and I've been doing well.
Yeah, I know. You're bragging about being the primetime king because you're taking bets that you normally wouldn't take as the primetime king.
Exactly. It's exactly what I'm doing.
You're learning, man. It's been impressive to see your journey, Trent. It really has.
Thank you.
You have so much farther to go. Eventually, you're going to be literally Jeff Bezos of sports betting.
so much to learn. So much
to learn. All right, my man.
All right, we'll be seeing you, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Whoa.
All right. I mean, yeah, we know John Ewing works for the books. He's in his bio, but he gives out good info. I mean, I don't understand. Maybe they want us to keep betting on underdogs, and that's why he put this out. I mean, or maybe he's just giving an update on what's going on with the bets because that's what somebody would do who works for the books. I don't know. I get what you're saying though.
Yeah.
Another game with teams that suck that I wanted to talk about briefly. Hate to do it. Gotta do it. The Pirates are favored against Hunter Green and how well he's looked of late. You think that's a little weird?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a little weird. And I mean, with the total, I don't know if it's down to 6.5. I know it was getting close. But with that, I mean, it definitely tells you both pitchers are going to pitch pretty well. So,
yeah. How are they looking on Prize Picks? Let's see.
I know Mitch Keller recently got bumped down, but it was already a little high to begin with. So I think it was more of a book odds adjustment thing more than like we think he's going to shit the bed.
Was he in the 30s before? He's at 28.5 now.
Yeah, he was 30.5.
Are you taking Carson Wentz today and the Tigers?
Yeah.
100%. You are?
100%.
Okay.
I think sneakily we could see quite a few runs today from a lot of these games. And then I looked on Prize Picks recently when they just like released most of the whole board, and there's only 2 runner RBIs up, which is weird.
Interesting. Maybe because there's going to be a lot of runs and a lot of RBIs today. Anybody think of that?
Maybe so. But these runner RBIs have been hitting a ridiculous rate recently. So the fact they don't have a couple of them up, maybe it's because of that, but
maybe they're learning.
Just maybe.
Okay. I know you like this Wentz guy on Detroit, but I think he's a little too. I think his numbers are a little too good on the surface level for me to take him, and I think Greinke's been too bad on the road for me to take him. I think it makes too much sense that they're the favorite today. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean,
it's still Greinke versus Randall McGee, and Greinke's a dog. I get it, but I don't know, dude.
If it wouldn't, I wouldn't be as crazy about it if they didn't move to -120.
Okay.
I think it's still moving that way too. So I mean, if it continues to move, I'll be a little more on it. I don't know if you saw this too. I sent it. It was kind of funny. Kerry Carpenter, for some reason, is ahead of everybody in this game except Salvi to hit a home run.
Yeah, that shit's whack. I don't know what's good with that, dude.
Barry
That shit is
Carpenter,
whack, bro.
Barry Bonds.
Insane. Yeah, there's too much stuff going on with that game that I can't pick a side. A game I could get behind though is taking Toronto again today. I like Toronto today. I know you like the over, which scares me for sure. But I think the Blue Jays win this game. Fuck the Yanks. They keep rolling. Any opinions on who takes that one?
I would probably lean towards the Yanks.
Wow.
So I mean, I think a lot of where the game is going to fall apart is with Barrios, and I mean it's probably more what I like on the over. But I think decent sized dog, the favorite, is a little interesting. I know it's the Yanks, but I'm not getting too much of the bets in the money. So I mean, I don't know. I just don't like Barrios against this lineup right now.
Yeah, and Barrios blows. Let's not kid ourselves. He blows. I will not be betting on the Red Sox today. So they're going to win. So I recommend you guys stay off the Orioles today. But I'm not betting on it. Can't do it. I'm done. There's 10 games left in the regular season. I'm tired of betting on shitty teams that don't give a fuck and keep costing me coin. I'm still going to bet on shitty teams that don't give a fuck, but I'm not going to bet on shitty teams that don't give a fuck that have been costing me coin. Like the Red Sox, like the White Sox.
Just bet on the Marlins, though.
Marlins should be safe late piece, yeah.
I
kind of want to take – you might take the Marlins.
I might do it.
Damn, Shelly banged his parlay. Let's go.
Fire.
Fuck yeah. I like the Pirates today. That's the poverty team I want to bet on. I want to take them. Arg. I want to take them. I'm seeing so many Judge home run boosts. Holy fuck. FanDuel just did one, and PointsBets is doing one right now too. DraftKings is doing that one where you only need to get a hit.
The thing is, like, as much as I would also like to just fade the boost, like, I feel like they're going to do this pretty much every day or couple days until it happens.
100%. They've been doing it.
Yeah. So
it keeps losing. They keep making money on it.
Yeah, and eventually it's going to hit, though. Like, one of these days.
Is it, though?
Yeah, eventually.
Has he gone through – like, let me pull up Aaron Judge's stats. Like, has he ever gone 10 games without hitting a home run? I'm about to pull up his game log. Straight up, dude. I'm about to pull up his game log and go through it. Let's take a peek.
See.
He's definitely gone through stretches where he hasn't hit one in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He hasn't hit one in 6 games. Pockets are fat right now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This might be the longest stretch. Oh, no, here's one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He had a streak of 9 games, like not even that long ago in August, where he didn't hit a bomb. That's probably his longest one. Yeah, that's looking like his longest streak. And it kind of happened recently. Maybe he's fading a little bit. Maybe the powers, maybe he's getting a little tired. Maybe he's a little tired from carrying the eggs.
Yeah, his back's killing him.
Literally, his back might be killing him. The longest stretch he's gone this year is 9 games. And it happened in August. Could he do it again? He's at 6 right now. 6 games in a row, he hasn't hit a bomb. I think he could easily get there. But you're right. He's probably going to hit 1 home run at least the rest of this season.
Yeah, he will, for sure.
Because there's like 10 games left. So he's not going to go 20 games without hitting a bomb. I agree. He is very due. It should hit tonight. You guys are right. Take his over. How about the Nats today? You think they're worth a look at all or no?
Nah, don't really care.
They're losing on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, why not? It's just, I don't know. Nothing's yelling at me from that game. I don't even feel like taking a shot. Like the dogs that I feel like just taking a shot just to take a shot, really, assuming they stay at the lines they're at, would probably be the A's or the Rockies.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, honestly,
Okay.
more so the Rockies because they're in a little better of a spot line wise, I would say. But
Let's see. Erman on the road. Jesus Christ. This matchup just happened in Colorado, and Erman, they both pitched well. I think the game went under, but Erman got outdueled. He did. But we know Erman likes pitching on the road.
he does.
That totals at 7. Although I don't like that it opened up at 6.5, I'm seeing, but it's at 7. If Erman Marquez can just get out of that first inning, man, that's all he's got to do. Just get out of the first inning. He's terrible in the first inning. If he can just get out of that, I think they could win that game too, man.
Yeah. And
I'm with you.
I don't know if there's like a length issue for Logan Webb, but he doesn't have anything up except like strikeouts.
What the?
So I was looking.
So he's either going to absolutely deal or there's going to be something that comes out today about his pitch count or something.
Yeah. I mean, I know last start, I think he left really, really early, but I don't know if that's like the consistent deal or what's good.
Inning limit, they're saying. Yep.
I know he's on an inning limit, but I mean, the start before that, he threw 90 pitches. So I don't know if that's consistent. We'll have to see.
I mean, they have nothing to play for. It makes sense for them to kind of limit how many innings he's getting. He's pitching meaningless games, you know? How about this Dodgers-Pods game? We got Anderson. We got Snell. Snell's been pretty cracked of late. Got that ERA down to almost 3.5. It's impressive. You think he continues it and deals today and gives the Dodgers some trouble from the left side, kind of like how they've been, they don't love hitting lefties. Anderson's been a freak this year, though, and literally a top 5 pitcher in the NL. He's been. So this game's weird. Dodgers have nothing to play for. I get it. I'd probably lean the Padres, but this line does give me trap vibes a little bit. Putting the Padres at only this much of a favorite, although maybe it's a little weird that they're favorites against Anderson and a better Dodgers team.
I mean, yeah, I think this one almost seems too obvious.
It seems too obvious to take the Padres.
Yeah, because I mean, like Snell absolutely owns the Dodgers, even going back to his starts with the Rays and then the World Series against them. He's always pitched well against them, and he's been Cy Young since the All-Star break. And Padres are in a crucial playoff race. Dodgers are not anymore, so it feels too easy.
Yeah, but the bets that feel too easy have been hitting.
Yeah, feeling too easy against the Dodgers, I think, is another animal, though.
Okay. He is a choke artist in big games, like our guy said in chat. And this game, I wouldn't say it's a huge game, although it's definitely a big one. Dodgers just really have nothing to play for. You just don't really know. This is like the worst time to bet baseball, guys. You just don't know what you're going to get. Like I said yesterday, you never know when you're going to see Cesar Hernandez go out there and play left field. You just don't know. You don't know when a team that doesn't care is going to fuck you with putting out a random guy out there. You just don't know. You never know when a team's going to put in Spencer Watkins out of the bullpen to come in and close the game out after a rain delay to win a game like it's Game 7 of the World Series. You just never know. So tread lightly on baseball for the rest of the regular season. We'll ramp it back up for the playoffs. Let's focus on football, guys. Focus on football the next couple weeks here until we get to the playoffs for baseball. I will say, though, the Braves-Mets series this week is going to be electric, and bets will be fired off left and right on that because you're getting two teams who care, two teams who you don't got to worry about bullshit. And Jovan, I agree with you, dude. I don't think these teams go out here to lose on purpose. At least the players don't, but you just never know what a manager is going to do. You never know who he's going to bring out of the pen in spots like this. Like the Nats could bring out a fucking random McGee out of the pen if they're winning a game in the 6th inning because they don't care about winning at this point,
Yeah. I mean, they're trying to get guys looks at the end of the day. I mean, look at how the Red Sox, what they did the other day, too. I mean, they brought out 4 guys out of the pen. I know the game was out of hand, but it's guys I'd never heard of. They're just trying to get them innings, eat innings, take it off the bets. Let's get a lick of few arms. That's what a lot of these teams are going to do. So you got to pick your spots.
That's facts. If you had to take one bet today, are you taking that over in Toronto, New York?
As of right now, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's my one bet.
POD subject to change, but yes, as of right now.
Possibly
Okay.
subject to change, but right now it's what it is.
Yeah. SB Profit with a great point, saying Dave Roberts is going to be trying new things, the next 10 days, trying to figure out who the fuck is closing down games for this team.
Yeah.
I will say that's honestly probably a good thing for the Dodgers because that means Craig Kimbrell is not going to be closing this game out. Dude's already lost the job. He's literally cake boss. Yeah. He is the cake boss. Aaron Judge also been the cake boss. I'm taking his under home run again today. Don't give a shit. Rolling it over. I'm doing it. It's happening. Lemoyne, he likes the over in New York and Toronto, but POD subject to change. So there's an asterisk. He needs to watch the line and see what happens, okay?
I think
I'm seeing a lot of people. Good.
No, what were we going to say?
A lot of people talking about Judge doing it today, from what I've seen. And it's been quiet the last couple nights. A lot of people are already saying he's doing it today. Just getting that out there.
Yeah. He doesn't have to do it today, though. As long as we get 8-9 runs, we'll be straight.
Do the Yankees have a home run group up again?
They don't.
They don't. Oh, yeah, they do.
They do. Oh, they do.
Judge, Torres, and Rizzo today. So it's even better.
Yeah.
Huh. Why would they put that up there if Judge was going yard? That was the freest square on the board yesterday. Was that under? The home run group under? Straight up. Yeah. You know what that tells me? Because yesterday we saw Donaldson in that. Donaldson's going yard today.
Or they put Rizzo in it. Rizzo's going yard.
Ooh.
After he scored yesterday.
Okay. That also could happen. J-Baby 267. I'm on the same wavelength as you, bro, but Jovan had a great point. All the books are going to be boosting him to hit home run pretty much every day until he does it because they know that people are going to bet on the boost over every day. And they know that he's not going to hit a home run the first day they do it. They're already in the green with this because they've been doing these boosts for the last week. They're already up hella bread from the Judge stuff. I bet they've made more money on the Judge over home run bets than they have on any spread in baseball or any ML in baseball. I guarantee you they've made more off these Judge boosts so far. So they're already in the green. They're going to keep putting it up because they will get chirped so hard if they don't put it up. And then he hits it. They will get chirped to no end. So they're just going to put it up every day. They're already up hella coin. So don't overthink the boosts, guys. The boosts have been up all week. All right. Another common W by Jovan. Great point. Great point. All right, my dude. Well, let's hit some bets today for the love of God. It's Tuesday, which means we don't got much. But the bets will be deployed responsibly, quality over quantity today and tomorrow. And then come Thursday, football's back. All right. Just got to tread water till then. Okay. Yeah. Jovan, as always, my man, a pleasure. I'll catch you in a little bit. Guys, Trent is back. Huge W. Let's get some W's in chat for Trent. He's back in action at the new Cribbo, and everything is back to normal. Okay. We'll be seeing.